again, work with everyone on the things that I see that you guys are having trouble with. And then, like I said, when we get to a point where you're going to be a little bit more free-flowing, that's my goal, get you more free-flowing and more tied to your breath. All right, so we're just going to basically switch to the opposite side, try to do the same thing. I want you to take your time and pay attention to some of the details I'm going to give. And this is for everyone. Working with George here, and these are not because I'm just saying, oh, George was doing this. So I want everyone to be aware of the mechanics of this that'll help you from exasperating any injury you may want to get or any kind of uncomfort. Now, there's two ways you can look at this. I want to look at it the first way, the most exaggerated way of the foot being up. And I'm going to drive my weight forward. All right, so just pay attention for a second so you can kind of take a note of this. So I'm going to drive my weight forward, but when I'm driving my weight forward, I'm really kind of driving it down. When I'm driving it down, it's kind of like making me put my front foot down. You know, if you guys can see that. So the foot fills up first, and it kind of catches and grabs with the toes. So as I drive my weight forward, my foot is kind of catching me, and it keeps my knee from driving forward. All right, and I say this in reference to, and this is most common, all right, is that as soon as you just decide to put your weight down, you're already kind of driving your knee forward before you kind of fill up your leg, if you will. All right, so the knee is already in position, but you're still kind of back here with your action. You want to kind of keep going. So that kind of forces your mind to think you need to go further. So it drives the knee further. So what I'm trying to get you to do is to pay attention to filling up the foot. Let the foot fill up, and you're going to start to fill it into your hamstring and your thighs here and your quad area. And then you're going to push that weight forward. As you push the weight forward, the hips are just kind of rolling underneath you. Line the rest of your body, your torso, to go forward. Your hips are following, your shoulders are following along with your hips. Okay? So that's going to be the end of your forward action. Okay? That's the end of the forward motion. When you're going backwards and shifting your weight back, even with the foot down, this is the other option, it's the same thing. You feel you're pushing the weight into your heel, middle of your foot, ball of your foot, your toes. Fill up the foot. Okay? That kind of, you guys can kind of sense that a little bit? All right? So what's this going to, you're going to feel it in your back leg because your back leg is supporting you most of the time. But this is going to be good for what I said we're going to be doing later on, which is moving. When you move, this leg is going to have to support you. And I want to be able to support you with that same level of comfort that you're doing, that we're trying to establish now with the rhythm of your breath. Your breath, and this is what keeps my stamina as good as it is I don't feel the pressure of movement once I start to move. My legs can support me, so that keeps me relaxed and calm. It's not like an extra duty, if you will. All right, so I was trying to get you guys to keep your breath relaxed under that pressure. I should still be able to breathe in and breathe out and follow that same pace as I'm moving. All right, so we're gonna switch to the other side.
When you're going back, is it the same fill up? You're filling up from the.
So when I go back, this is like an anchor. So this foot is already full. Only thing you're going to feel now is like, is if you can look at it like a.
So you're here, the weight's here. And then, so is it already.
Yeah, so, no, good point. So everyone can see this or kind of get an eye at this, right? So with your weight being full right now, you should feel, and this is they kind of use a mathematical reference between 70% of your weight here and 30% there, or 60-40, right? So when you start to push your weight back, you're going to feel more of it like a 90-10. So all that weight's going to kind of go to this side. So when you start, this whole foot is going to feel like, oh, I gotta support this weight more so than this one, because this one's more of a linear. See how this is a wider base because you're going out to the angle. So you're going to feel this more like almost like an anchor itself. And you feel the whole foot fill up once your weight starts to go, because your knee is already in place. This is important. This knee in the back is not doing a lot of movement. You know, it's not rolling inwards or anything. It's staying with the toe, but it extends. Can you see that here? So it's just pushing off. So it's not rolling in. It's not getting reset back into position. It's already in position. It's just bending back into the alignment, which is knee to toe. Okay, so your knee shouldn't be in, your foot, and this is also one of the things I was mentioning in the book last week. one of the tendencies that some people have is to roll that foot forward. That's because the knee is pulling inwards. So if the knee is in line, you should already feel that in place. As soon as you go back, try to push back, that knee and this upper leg, you should start already filling it up because the foot should be already solid in position. All right? Does that make sense?